Hello, everyone. We are here with Ben from QZB. Could you please, Ben, introduce yourself?
As mentioned, I'm Ben from QZB. One half of it, Thomas, is not here, hence I'm doing the interview alone. We're drum and bass producers from Switzerland, signed on Critical Music, and we've been releasing music together since around about 10 years.
Interesting. Could you please say in one word what drum and bass means for you?
Family.
What feelings do you craft your music with?
We craft our music with a feeling of experimentation. Everything is undiscovered as soon as we start a new production or stare at a blank canvas. Everything is just experimentation, tinkering with sounds, tinkering with techniques, and tinkering with things which inspire us.
After this said, what's the biggest source of inspiration to create music?
Inspiration can hit you like at any time in the day. It can have any form. I think inspiration for us comes a lot from sounds. It's music from our past. It's music which we consume on a daily basis and things which have like a direct input on how we achieve production.
What is your favorite own production?
My favorite own production is from the album. It's Trench. Very deep and minimalistic progressive roller, which is so elaborating on sound design.
Let's talk a little bit about your musical career. What's the best memory you have from it?
There's a wide range of experiences during our musical career which stuck to our mind, but one of the best things has to be this year's performance at Let It Roll Storm stage. We played two sets, one on the main stage, which was obviously the biggest stage, and one on the smallest stage, which was unannounced. But it was a very close-knit community, an assortment of die-hard fans, and it was really something for the heart which resonates still to this day.
It sounds heartwarming. Who has been your biggest influence?
Also, there's a wide range, but I'd say, of course, Alex Perez, it was a influence since the very start. Skeptical, Icicle, yeah, the OG Shogun assassins, Shogun warriors in the first generation.
Do you have any rituals before hopping onto the decks?
The main ritual is getting very introvert and being kinda tense and anxious. Still to this day, no gig is like, it never gets normal. Even like today or yesterday, I still get nervous about things, which is good because it makes you stay at a certain level of professionality and bring the best you can to a night where people want to see you.
It means that it truly matters for you.
It is. People are spending their time, spending their money, spending their energy, so it has to be worth it.
And so, talking about tension, what's the toughest part of being a DJ slash producer?
Overthinking. The hardest part about being a producer or DJ is definitely overthinking. It's his own or her own biggest critic about the own output, and overthinking and questioning whatever you're doing can hinder yourself from accomplishing very great things in life. And luckily, we try to overcome it by just not giving a fuck.
Where do you picture yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully surrounded by the same lovely people we're surrounded now, and hopefully doing the same thing we enjoy doing now, doing music whenever we can, and feeling very grateful for the ability to self-express.
Could you please tell us about your latest release?
Our latest release was our debut album, which came out on Critical Music after 3 years of production. It's called Future Forever, and in our opinion, it's the best body of work we've did.
Let's talk about the scene a little bit. What's the footprint you want to leave in this culture?
I mean, the footprint we want to leave in this culture is maybe a wrong take on what we actually are in this culture. We're a little tiny piece, a little contributor, as there's so many, and we still feel very, very proud to actually contribute to such a vivid culture, as it was a dream for us, as we were consumers and ravers beforehand, and it's still baffling us that we are actually providing.
So, does that mean that whatever you do is aligned with higher values that do not specially focus on yourself?
I guess every motive in life is connected to something which is bigger than yourself. I mean, maybe it can have a sustainability, a longevity in a culture, in a scene. Maybe it can touch a single person. Maybe it can touch your loved ones around you. Maybe it can even touch yourself. And I think that's the most important part, just to see and feel those connections.
What do you think about the future of drum and bass worldwide?
The future of drum and bass will be as it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and whatever it is, it's going to come and go in waves. Right now, there's a big hype, and this is very appreciated, as there's a lot of limelight, spotlight going into different subcultures and different niches when it comes down to the genre. But things will maybe go underground again. Maybe things will be even bigger next year. Nobody can tell, but the thing is, the passion will still remain the same, and one can feel that.
How do you feel about the drum and bass crowd?
It's the drum and bass crowd, generally speaking, worldwide, is a very passionate, tight-knit family. It's all about music, and which is very very rare throughout electronic music. There's lots of, let's say, more commercial aspects when it comes to a tech house night, when it comes to a big house, let's say big Halloween rave. I mean, with drum and bass, everything has always been very authentic, and the authenticity is key for us, which drives us to make music and provide to the culture ourselves.
What piece of advice would you give to a newcomer DJ or producer who want to start a solid career?
Our biggest advice to give a new producer after such a long time of making music is to actually put in the hours. There's no easy way for anything in life. It's always connected with a certain amount of effort. Unless you're like super, super, super talented, which is very rare, you still need to put in lots and lots of effort, which is just mandatory.
After all these questions, would you like to ask anything to the audience?
What's up with the late set times on the Iberian Peninsula? The parties are very late, and Central Europeans don't get around it.
Pretty sure they have a wrong answer for that. True that. So, thank you very much for this interview. It's been a pleasure to have you here.
Muchas gracias. Thank you so much, and I can't wait for tonight.